Hello everyone, it is KiwiGumdrop and welcome back to my channel. This is the Sims 4 House Flipper crossover build. I worked pretty darn hard on this and I had a good time. As you'll see, I got to take some creative liberties here because a lot of the Sims 4 House Flipper items did not match up as I would have liked them to, but at the end of the day, I think it came out pretty well. I was incredibly inspired by downloading and playing House Flipper for the very first time. I think I played that game for like a solid 2 weeks and didn't touch The Sims. It is so good, and I feel like it has its faults that aren't really mentioned in other videos that I watched on YouTube of House Flipper. And one of those main things is it's almost too realistic. Like, I don't know, some YouTubers say they really like installing things like radiators and the plumbing and stuff. I actually find that part quite boring. I'm not gonna lie. It's the same motion over and over again, and my hand got tired. Like, my hand was so tired clicking the buttons to screw the radiators in. Oh my goodness, like, it was like a small nuisance that I didn't really realize would be so much of a nuisance. But on to what this assignment was. So in the House Flipper game, I'm pretty sure this one's called Aunt's Home to Redecorate. That's the assignment. And I actually created Amy Johnson. I created her in The Sims 4. So if you wanted to check out that Create a Sim video, I will link that down below. And you can hear more about Amy's story, and you'll hear more about Amy's family, and the reason why she's come to move to San Myshuno. Just a basic understanding for this build is Amy was given her aunt's home. Her aunt is now moving elsewhere, and Amy is taking over this apartment and is allowed to just make it her own thing and do whatever she wanted with it. Originally, Amy wasn't fond of the house, so she hired someone to redecorate it for her to match more of her style. And she's just moving to San Myshuno, so she does not have a lot of cash. I actually didn't really give her a budget, but I just used any money that was left over here. So I think we started with like 20,000 or something along those lines. But yeah, that's Amy. You can hear more about her in that Create a Sim video. But today we're just going to talk about House Flipper and The Sims 4 and building in The Sims 4. So I found the kitchen very interesting. I think the kitchen's my favorite part of the house because I don't make islands often. I find them quite difficult to sync up. I don't know if you noticed in the beginning there, I had to like alt place the counters to get them to line up correctly, and that for me is just really frustrating and just time consuming, and it's quite bothersome. But this is actually one of the kitchens I decided not to put upper cabinets on. I know some people might find that troublesome, but there are actually places that don't have upper cabinets. It's not like an absurd thing. The main reason why I didn't do upper cabinets is because there was no upper cabinets that matched. As you can see, I'm trying like all of them, and yeah, there was the same upper cabinets that are supposed to match the counters aren't the right color, and I feel like that's a common issue in The Sims 4, and I don't know why that's an issue. But the swatches aren't matching, so I would rather just not have upper cabinets than to have it like clash, because I wanted to make it as realistic as possible, as realistic to the House Flipper game as possible. As you saw before, I had those before and after photos, and the after photos are what I'm trying to create in this build. It was I think the best one that I did was have to be the living room. Because the bedroom ended up, I had to completely change the way the room was set up, and there wasn't a correct bed or desk or even chair. So I kind of just tried to play with the same color scheme, and then I allowed myself to just add clutter items and trying to make the room look lived in and feel like Amy and kind of show her personality. And the bathroom I wasn't really worried about. I didn't really show you guys the bathroom in House Flipper because in that assignment you didn't need to renovate the bathroom. So I just kind of did a simplistic bathroom in the corner there. I may or may not play Amy in this build. I think this build is it's a good starter apartment. It's classy. It has all the necessities. And I think I may play in this. I moved Amy Johnson into this build for now, and I may or may not play her, but I think it's still a good place to visit. She is a loner, so I didn't really give her a lot of space to entertain. I just gave her those 2 chairs there, but I'm sure in the future she'll have a bigger place in the case that she gets some friends. What else did I want to... Oh, about the House Flipper game. I still haven't renovated my own home yet, but when I do buy a lot and renovate it from start to finish, I may recreate it in The Sims. It's just one of those things that take a while, so I won't make that promise because I don't always have the time to sit and play the game for 3 hours, you know what I mean? And it'll take me much longer than that to build a whole house in House Flipper. But as far as The Sims 4 goes, I've been doing a lot of planning. I've been doing a lot of house build planning. As you can see, I have done some San Myshuno things. But I also went to the other worlds and I looked at the builds and I started creating ideas for families and started brainstorming and stuff. So I have about probably like 10 to 15 backlog ideas that I have now, which is really nice that I could just run through them whenever I run out of ideas. And I'm hoping to get this save done by the summer. But that might be a stretch. I'm hoping to get at least a couple more worlds completely created and developed by the end of the summer, so that once I move and I have like a settled place and start school again, I could start playing the game and doing let's plays and such. Mainly because I really want the neighborhoods to feel lived in, so I always want at least half of the homes to have families in them. I think it's okay to have a couple of empty apartments, couple of empty homes, but I want everyone in the apartments to at least have one neighbor. I think that's realistic and important to me. And the apartments are probably going to take a little longer because it's harder to find apartments on the gallery to download. So a lot of them I'm just going to be making myself, floor plans and all, which is different for me because usually I just download gallery builds fully furnished and then I just redo swatches and things like that. But this time I'm gonna be creating them from scratch, so just be patient with the San Myshuno builds because they won't be a forever thing. I'm gonna be showing you the full tour of the house now. I actually really ended up liking the paintings that I put up by the couch. I still think the kitchen is my favorite part. I love the blue accents, but I love that simple gray couch. We need more of those. I love the simple gray couch, and I really like those paintings. I want to use those more in the future. We're going to move over soon so that you can see that furry rug there, the TV. I really love the living room, and I love that accent orange wall. It's beautiful. And then you're going to see Amy hanging out in her room. And that's kind of it, guys. That really is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this build. I hope you guys enjoyed the crossover. This is my first crossover I've ever done. Let me know if I should do more. And I really love this bookshelf, clutter, all that things. I'm working really hard for these builds, and I hope you really enjoy them. Have a wonderful day. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye, guys.